Moses is now finishing his discourse just before the Israelites will enter the promised land. So after speaking about the blessings related to the keeping of God's commandments and also the curses related to forgetting his commandments, Moses now reminds the Israelites about how marvelously they were sustained, maintained during that desert experience. He says, your clothes have not worn out on you, and your sandals have not worn out on your feet during 40 years. Imagine of that. How many sandals, how many shoes have I purchased during 40 years of my life? I cannot count them, but during that time their sandals were not worn out. I have visited the Cairo Museum some weeks ago in Egypt, and I have seen many of those sandals the Israelites maybe were using, also very similar to those ones who we will find in the Cairo Museum in Egypt. And they are very simple sandals. They were supposed to worn out in a very fast way, but during 40 years they would not worn out in their feet. They were using them every day during the desert experience, and God, the Lord, was providing for them. The Lord was giving them food. But then in the middle of this chapter, Moses is offering the Israelites a covenant. He's taking God's voice and he's offering the Israelites a covenant. He's saying that I may establish with you today as a people. God would like to establish you as a people for himself, that he may be God to you, just as he has spoken to you, and just as he has sworn to your fathers, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And then the Lord says, do not say in your heart, oh, I will follow the dictates of my heart, and I will have peace. It will not happen. If I follow the dictates of my heart, if I choose which of the commandments are convenient for me to obey and which ones are not convenient for me to obey, then I must be sure that God's curses will be on me. Well, there are natural curses because the commandments are supposed to protect me from harm and give me success in this life. So if I disobey them, I will suffer natural consequences. But this chapter also speaks about supernatural consequences. God's hand will be upon that person to curse and to uproot that person. Why does God do that? Will do that? The reason is that God would like to warn us in order for us to be able to come back to his ways before it's too late. So may the Lord help me to understand his laws as a loving way to call me to success, to blessings, to health, to improvement. May the Lord bless you today as you follow his laws, by his grace, by what he will do in you, not only by your works, but by his works on you. God bless you.